Today we're taking a look at these CBB matches, which are happening on Tuesday, March 15, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Belmont vs Vanderbilt. The Belmont Bruins and the Vanderbilt Commodores meet in a knit first round matchup in college basketball action from the Memorial Gymnasium on Tuesday night. Our first pick is Vanderbilt Commodores -4. And here is why. Belmont had a strong season with their 25-7 record, and they had an outside shot at an at-large tourney bid, as well as a decent shot at winning the OVC tournament and earning an auto bid. They'll have to be content playing in the knit, but they are certainly no pushover in spite of being a road underdog. Their offense ranks 74th in KenPom's adjusted offensive efficiency, and they hang up an impressive 78.5 ppg. Their 49% field goal shooting is good for 8th in the nation, but they struggle from behind the arc, shooting just 33.1% from three-point range. Vanderbilt is participating in postseason action for the first time since they made it to the NCAA tournament back in 2017. The Commodores had a strong season all around, but it just wasn't quite enough to get them back to the big dance. Playing in the loaded SEC didn't do them any favors as they faced the 33rd toughest opposing slate in the nation, and they made a brief run at the SEC tourney by upsetting Alabama. Their hopes were ultimately dashed by a Kentucky team that ended up with a number 2 seed, but they were strong enough to secure a number 4 seed in the knit and will look to make a run here against some less overwhelming competition. Belmont has only faced one SEC team this season, back on November 22nd. Although a lot of time has passed since it was the worst performance of the season for the Bruins, as they fell to LSU 83-53 as a 6.5-point road underdog. Vanderbilt did manage to beat LSU 75-66 on February 5 as a 2.5-point road dog. Although looking at common opponents often doesn't measure how two teams will match up against each other, Vanderbilt is the more battle-tested team this season, having played the nation's 32 strongest schedule according to KenPom, and Belmont's strength of schedule is only 198. Vanderbilt has also covered the spread in 9 of their last 10 games against a team with a winning record, while Belmont has failed to cover in their last 5 games against a winning team. The Commodores may be from the bigger conference, but actually being in a postseason game is a big step for this program. There should be no lack of motivation from Vanderbilt on Tuesday, and I like them to cover. And our second pick is over 144. And here is why. The Belmont Bruins come into the knit with an overall record of 25-7, including a 15-3 mark in OVC play, finishing with number 2 seed in the OVC tournament, but their stay was short-lived as the Bruins were bounced in their first game in the semifinals by Morehead State. Ben Shepherd leads the Bruins in scoring with 16.3 ppg, and Nick Masinski has 15.9 ppg with 5.2 rpg, and Will Richard has 11.8 ppg with 5.9 rpg, to cap off a trio of double-digit scores for Belmont so far this season. Grayson Murphy also has team highs of 6.1 rpg and 5.9 apg to lead the Bruins in rebounding and assists as well this season. As a team, Belmont is averaging 79.4 ppg on 49.2% shooting from the field, 33.4% shooting from 3 and Missouri State vs Oklahoma. The Missouri State Bears and Oklahoma Sooners meet Tuesday in the college basketball knit first round at the Lloyd Noble Center. The Missouri State Bears look for a win after winning 6 of their last 8 games. The Oklahoma Sooners look for a win after splitting their last 8 games. Our first pick is Oklahoma -6. And here is why. Throughout the 2021-22 campaign, a recurring theme for Missouri State was efficiency at the offensive end. The Bears ended the season ranked 35th in scoring, averaging just under 78 points per game. They are extremely efficient from the field, converting at 48.5%, which ranks 17th overall. The Bears also shoot the deep ball well, netting roughly 38% from beyond the arc. They also knock down their free throws, converting 79.5% from the stripe, which ranks 5th overall. ICA Mosley has been a problem for opponents averaging over 20 points per game, while Gage Prim has contributed 16 points and 8 boards per contest. Missouri State is a highly dangerous and versatile offense that can beat you in a lot of ways. For Oklahoma, the 2021-22 season will ultimately be remembered as a disappointment after narrowly missing out on an NCAA tournament bid during Selection Sunday. However, after a strong showing that included a semi-final run in the Big 12 tournament, the Sooners have a chance to salvage a lost season with a nice showing in the NIT. On the season, Oklahoma has ranged towards the middle of the pack in offensive scoring, averaging just shy of 69 points per game, despite shooting the ball efficiently, averaging close to 48% from the field. The Sooners are not a strong three-point shooting team, converting just 33.5% from beyond the arc. Umoja Gibson and Tanner Groves lead the team in scoring. This is a very small spread considering the lack of travel time for Missouri State after the bracket was released late Sunday night. The Bears are also going to be at a disadvantage as far as talent is concerned. I would generally be worried about Oklahoma's motivation after coming up just short of an NCAA tournament bid, but this is Moser's first year as the head coach. He is one of the best motivators in college basketball and will be wanting to give his team something to build on heading into next season. I expect him to have his team prepared, which will be enough to pick up a comfortable win on Tuesday night. And our second pick is over 137.5 points. And here is why. The Missouri State Bears are averaging 77.8 points on 48.5% shooting and allowing 68.3 points on 42% shooting. ICA Mosley is averaging 20.1 points and 6.1 rebounds, while Gage Prim is averaging 16.4 points and 8 rebounds. Jalen Minott is grabbing 1.4 rebounds, and Jamonta Black is grabbing 3.2 rebounds. The Missouri State Bears are shooting 37.9% from beyond the arc and 79.5% from the free throw line. The Missouri State Bears are allowing 33.5% shooting from deep and are grabbing 32.8 rebounds per game. Western Illinois vs UTEP. The Western Illinois Leathernecks and UTEP Miners meet Tuesday in the college basketball TBC first round at the Don Haskins Center. The Western Illinois Leathernecks need a win after losing 4 of their last 5 games. The UTEP Miners look for a win after splitting their last 10 games. Our first pick is UTEP Miners for the win. And here is why. The Western Illinois Leathernecks have been average this season as they are 16-15 so far. They are being led by junior guard Trenton Masner so far, and his production has been a reason why they have made the tournament at all. They are coming off an 80-68 home loss against the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles. The biggest problem was the fact that they were out-rebounded by 10 during the game. The UTEP Miners have been playing pretty well so far as they are 19-13 this season. They are being led by junior guard Sully Baum so far, and he needs to shoot the ball a lot better than his 40.4% from the floor. They are coming off a 66-59 overtime home loss to the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. The biggest problem was the fact they committed 23 fouls during the game. Western Illinois is 236th in the nation with a -5.47 rating, while UTEP is sitting at 164th in the country with a +0.36 rating, according to KenPom's adjusted efficiency margin. The major difference has been on the defensive side of the floor recently, as the Leathernecks are allowing 81.6 points in their previous 5 games, while the Miners are giving up 66.3 points in their last 4 games. Western Illinois is depending on the play of Masner to do well, while UTEP has been able to do this by committee, which is more likely to happen, so go with the UTEP Miners to cover the spread and advance. And our second pick is over the total. And here is why. The Western Illinois Leathernecks are averaging 79 points on 43.8% shooting and allowing 77 points on 46.2% shooting. Trenton Masner is averaging 16.8 points and 6.3 rebounds, while Will Carius is averaging 14.3 points and 3 rebounds. Luka Barisic is the third double-digit scorer, and Colton Sandage is dishing 2.6 assists. The Western Illinois Leathernecks are shooting 33.6% from beyond the arc and 71.1% from the free throw line. The Western Illinois Leathernecks are allowing 37.9% shooting from deep and are grabbing 35.1 rebounds per game. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.